Hey there, Truth Seeker. Welcome to our channel and community where we focus on developing the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom to expand your conscious awareness. This is Season 2, Episode 11. For those returning, welcome back, and a massive hello to our new subscribers and listeners. We appreciate you. Part 1, Introduction. My name is David Keratin. I'm a 13-sign astrologer, indigo warrior, philosopher, and EDM DJ. Feel free to check out our playlist linked below. My partner, Sana, and I will both narrate this fascinating reading. For disclosure, we subscribe to the Astro app platform. To help align with your divine design, we encourage you to acquire a personalized 13-sign natal chart. To do so, click the link in the description. We look forward to hearing from you. Before we go further, what can you expect from today's reading and what is our channel about? The beginning of wisdom is to know thyself. To contribute to this, we explore and interpret the 13-sign astrology system, which includes the constellation of Ophiuchus, re-emerging in the age of awakening. Look up at the night sky. The southern part of Ophiuchus is found between Scorpius to the west and Sagittarius to the east, whose motifs are the snake-bearer and the golden eagle. Ophiuchus is situated opposite Orion, the home of Saturn, which represents the institutions and structures we master to escape the matrix. Conversely, Ophiuchus symbolizes the restoration of powerful feminine energy subjugated and suppressed via Saturnian systems. This reading covers the full moon occurring Sunday, June 4, 2023 at 3:41 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, where we are located. For those in the United States, this equates to 11:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Saturday, June 3. Our discussion will spotlight the moon in Ophiuchus, forming an easygoing trine with Mars in Cancer, the sun in Taurus, and the unsettling duo of Uranus conjunct Mercury in Aries. There's a lot happening, so let's dive in. Part 2, going to the threshold. The moon is the repository of our soul. As such, she represents our deepest emotions and unconscious self. That part of us we are reluctant to tap into. She is linked, of course, to the rising of the waters and tides which represent metaphorically the ceaseless flow of consciousness that knows no bounds. Water is flexible, wonderful in controlled environments, but terrifying if you get swept out to sea or trapped in a fast-flowing river. When we look at the tarot card for the moon, we observe important symbolism. The moon has many faces. She is associated with ritual ceremony and our dark side. Represented in the picture are the iconic images of a barking mad dog and a howling wolf. Yet the more subtle meaning is that the dog represents domestication, or the taming of our animal nature, whereas the wolf signals our wild side. Because it is socially acceptable, we tend to suppress our darkness. In the card, we also see a crayfish emerging from the lakeside, representing a preliminary step in the evolutionary process. We observe two pillars directing us to a path illuminated by the full moon, drawing light from the sun. In some interpretations, the light is that of intellectualism, for example, the mercurial mind. In others, the light marks the opening of the third eye, represented by Uranus. Either way, knowledge is radiance that helps us progress. Ophiuchus energy is highly refined and creative. She is the only sign of the 13 that carries the vibration of ether, the divine fifth element. When we consider the way astrology archetypes are configured, 12 of the signs operate in pairs. Aries with Libra, Taurus with Scorpio, Gemini with Sagittarius, Cancer and Capricorn, Leo and Aquarius, Virgo with Pisces. These pairings represent how we traverse polarity while forming theoretical boundaries or horizons within which we operate. Ophiuchus, however, has no opposition, therefore she is self-contained. There is no schism within Ophiuchus, no split personality like we see manifest in the shadow expression of the other 12 archetypes. There is no darkness with Ophiuchus, for she is pure essence, and this is no doubt why she has been scrubbed from Western astrology. Ophiuchus energy can engage with any sign, planet or house to enhance, amplify and raise its frequency. This is an unusual way for an astrological archetype to behave. As an Ophiuchus moon, what I relate here is my experience of her, my personal reflections of learning to integrate the power of the fifth element into my energetic field. The Ophiuchus archetype cannot be put in a box. When paired with the moon, we can see beyond the illusions of our lower nature.
Thank you, David. Part 3. Breakdowns and Breakthroughs. On the one hand, we have a metaphysical, transcendent Ophiuchus moon. On the other, we have a disruptive Mercury-Uranus combination playing out. Where the moon is subtle, Mercury-Uranus is loud and demanding, especially while in Aries. This is the frequency of shocks and sudden events. These could be individual or collective. Yet, the message here is that it is okay to seek liberation, emancipation, freedom, and release. Mercury is related to communication, how we think, share, and talk with one another. Uranus is the metaphorical lightning that can strike randomly, disrupting the status quo. When we look to the Sun in Taurus, these shocks are likely to be in the domain of resources, or they could be uncomfortable emotions that surface. Whatever takes place, have your wits about you, be present, be focused, so you can, like a champion surfer, ride the waves of this full moon. Part 4. Summary. As we conclude, let us reflect. The 13-sign astrological system contains puzzle pieces that help us interpret individual and collective experiences. 13-sign astrology is ancient knowledge kept secret to all but the insiders who've used it for themselves. These insights, applied to your life, can have profound impacts on how you perceive and interpret your reason for being. For those of us contemplating and considering what creative contribution we can make as the third density collapses, now is the moment to go inwards in mindfulness and meditation to clarify your ideas. We know we are swimming against the tide of popular astrological opinion. However, this is how we develop character, strength, and resilience. The moon's home sign is Cancer, where Mars is currently located. With a trine between the moon and Mars, expect the unexpected. Mars is action, so be prepared to respond to insights, revelations, realizations, and wake-up calls that come your way. The moon in Ophiuchus speaks of deep emotional renewal. She may whisper, or she may roar. It is a time to marvel in the magic and the mystery. The fifth element is here to uplift, expand, and regenerate this planet, and all who dwell upon her. As noisy and confronting as Uranus-Mercury in Aries is, these are the archetypes of change. They appear when we get stuck, attached, and fixated. This full moon will be extra-dimensional, activating us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Yet, the Ophiuchus energy will be fleeting, like a butterfly you see briefly before it disappears. What a blessing it is to be alive right now. Thank you for listening. We look forward to your comments. To support our work, you can buy us a coffee via the link below. In the meantime, please like, share, and subscribe. You may also join us on Telegram or Facebook. @DavidKeratin. Namaste. This has been a production of Star Kittens Media. All rights are reserved.